up. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
The sweet feet buy a little time. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
To throw, it's Klubnik. Pulls it in. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
Nice job by the QB. You can tell they want to push it down the field. They want to be aggressive on first down, which I love, which is really hard to stop from a defensive standpoint. But does a good job scrambling outside the pocket, picking up the first down, and then saving his life. Good job. Get out of bounds.
Still looking on the move. Makes the catch. It's Randall. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
Little too soft in that run defense. He picks up 4 to the 32.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Fires to the big fella. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
The Tigers are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
If I'm a play caller right here, I'm a little bit frustrated. And I say that because I can't take a sack here. A sack might take 3 off the board for me. I got to understand the situation. I got to get the ball out, try to make a play, but most importantly, don't make a negative play.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on fourth down. Looking left. Can't make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs.
And listen, I have no problem being aggressive on fourth down, but the consequences are that now you got to have your defense go bail you out. So you started the game trying to be aggressive. Well, defense, you got to get my back now.
Keep it on the draw. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
And they sniff that draw out. When draw unit, you really have to sell that pass like you're going to throw the ball down the field. But the defensive line, the defense was not biting it. You could tell they were ready for it. Kane got on the running back, got him on the ground, quick, fast.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
That is an awesome play up front right there, crashing that play in the backfield. And it's funny, you think back to Clemson. Remember when Trevor Lawrence won a national national title his true freshman year. It wasn't necessarily about Trevor Lawrence. They won that title because of their defensive dominance, especially on the D-line. That may have been the best D-line we've ever seen in college football. And I tell you, sometimes this dude looks like he could start on that D-line. He's that talented.
So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Quarterback may change this route. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. And the Buffaloes will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw, it's Klubnik. He'll off one deep down the left side. Hits him in stride at the 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Tigers.
This is a running back who is versatile, and his catching ability really helps this offense out vertically down the field. And you saw it on that play on the wheel route. That wasn't just a screen or a swing. They got him faking going to the flat, turning up the sideline for a touchdown.
And he made the extra point without problem. On the run from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. Handoff to the lone back. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Play action. Quarterback moving. He's going to take off. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Now on first down from the 28. To the air on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
Might be calling a hot route. Back to pass, it's Salter. He'll try to do it himself. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. The Buffaloes come to the line with a new set of downs.
You just can't say enough about this quarterback and how important his legs are to their success for this season, for this game, and really for this drive. Earlier, when he called his own number, it was a big game. He does it again. He's got the knack for just understanding when to throw it, when to take off and run. You saw it right there.
And the Buffaloes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Motion from the back. Back to throw, time running short in the half. It's a fumble. And the fumble goes out of bounds. They'll maintain possession, actually picked up yardage on the play. Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Buffaloes will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Slips through the line. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. First play of the drive comes from the 41. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw on first down. Moving away from pressure. He turns it loose to the left. Takes a big stride inside the 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a two-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Offense has enough time to get off the play before we head to the half. Looking for a man. It's Salter. Under fire. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this guy's been beat like a drum. He's been hit, sacked a bunch of times already, and another hit right here. I'm literally looking at my offensive line and be like, dude, I need some more time. You got to protect me better than this. Give me a chance to complete some passes.
Ready to start the second half, and Clemson will kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the 3rd. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds a tight end. Smashes ahead. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. That's what tight ends are supposed to do. Just have people bouncing off them like spitballs off a battleship.
And when you're a defense, you got to understand, we got to swarm to the football because these big dudes, they break tackles and they can get loose if we're not tackling with multiple guys. Nice effort by the big fella.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the 3rd quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Scanning the field, it's Salter. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football. And just we're on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
He'll start this drive going to the air. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play of the third quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Well, this quarterback normally makes defenses look very silly week in, week out with his speed, but he has yet to face a defense like this. This defense accepted the challenge. They have stepped up. They have been disruptive. They have
grabs it up to 25 in stride. Touchdown, Clemson. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And quarterbacks have to do a great job in the pocket, letting routes develop, taking their time. He does, throws the ball down the field, receiver catches it, and then does the rest, takes it in to the end zone for 6.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll give it to the back. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. The Buffaloes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And the Buffaloes want to move quickly. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Salter. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. If you plan to deal with the Tigers, you better be able to handle their defensive front. They have a whole legacy of this dating back to the fridge, William Perry.
Big old legacy, and it seems like every year they rotate so many guys that are so highly recruited, so good. Just great players. They're always big and strong and fast and physical, and they get after your quarterback.
So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs.
And I get it. At this point in the second half, dude, we got to make something happen. We haven't been good enough. We got to score a lot of points, and quickly. You got to be aggressive. They tried. They failed again. This game is all but over.
They'll start this drive with a pass. Got it in the middle. It's Randall. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. This dude is putting on a show, taking up residence in the end zone by the air and by the ground, in keeping with what Clemson looks for in a quarterback.
Man, this is unbelievable. I mean, you've seen so many great guys run through, and Clemson majors in quarterbacks that can throw, can run, and really be dynamic, and this guy is having himself a day.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. might be changing the route. Back to pass, it's Salter. Fires to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. And the Buffaloes racing to the line in a hurry-up.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing bigs.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And how about this offense, man? It's been a rough day. You're getting beat down. You're trying to find some kind of momentum late in the game to build something off of, and you give up another sack.
Blasted as he lets it go. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Makes the grab, past the marker. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. The Buffaloes getting set on 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. It's Welsh.
And that would be the definition of 1st down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice 1st down execution.
Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. And the Buffaloes come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. They'll try to run for it. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down.
A huge gain. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and had a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chucking the football.
To the air, it's Salter. Fires to the wideout. It's picked off, and another empty drive. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Wants to throw on 1st down. Buys a little extra time. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? This Clemson defense has been something across the entire game. Old school lockdown.
I mean, unbelievable. Shutting down everything you want to do. Shutting down the run, shutting down the pass. This defense has been lights out. We've seen a lot of great defensive performances from the Clemson Tigers. This is right up there with the best of them.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it. But you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback. And again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
Just 1 for 3 on 4th down today, but they'll try to move those chains with this play. Making side adjustments here. On 4th down, looking to pass. Fires to the middle. It's incomplete. A 4th down stop and the turnover on downs.
Offensively, this is a beautiful time now because now I get to get all my other guys in the game. Guys that don't get to play that much, we're up. This game's over after that minute.
And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Looking downfield, it's Salter. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Send the tight end in motion. Back to pass on 2nd down. Oh, they're after him. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when you're
looking for the end zone. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on 1st down and just about turned the thing over.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great...
A shot toward the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs him for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
How about the Hail Mary? Listen, you're supposed to throw that thing way up in the air. He puts it up in the air high, the defender. You're not supposed to try to catch it. You're supposed to knock it down. It gets deflected. And how about the concentration by the receiver to catch the football, make the play with all those bodies around it?
Well, they say you win a few, you lose a few, and some get rained out. Would have been good for this team if this one had gotten rained out because they lost badly.
Yeah, not a lot to be too proud about in this one here. Good news is you get to go back to the drawing board. You get to go back, you get to have another week of practice as a coaching staff, try and find ways to get players in position to go out and make plays. Going to need a big locker room speech after this one, David.
Yeah, and you're going to watch this tape, and it's going to hurt because you're going to watch it with your coaches, and you're going to see the mess-ups and all the things you could have done better, but you got to learn from it. You got to get better. You got to grow, and that's how that works.